What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, I've been away, which is what a lot of this video is. And then I've just been lazy about making videos. Today's video is part one of two parts of my Moroccan trip. I tried to vlog as much of it as possible, but with there being a lot of people around and a lot of the locals don't like people taking videos and pictures, so I tried to be respectful of that. So let's get into it. Okay, so I get there. I've been flying for about 48 hours to get there between layovers and stuff like that. So that's an important aspect for the next part of the story because my judgment, maybe not the greatest, maybe a little off. So I get to the airport of Marrakech. It takes forever to get through customs. I get outside. There's someone who's supposed to meet me to pick me up to take me to my hotel. I could not find this person for like 40 minutes. I finally find someone holding a small sign with the name of the company written on it, and I was like, okay, this is probably the guy. I had been told though that he was gonna have my name to verify that it wasn't some kind of a scam operation that was actually picking me up. I get there, he didn't have any of that information. He said he left it back at his van. So I was like, okay, that's understandable, go back. Start to get in his van, I'm like, hey, you have that information, right? He's like, oh yeah, it's probably fine. You know, I was like, no, I don't think it is fine. I'm starting to get real freaked out, real paranoid at this point. And so I step out of the van, I still have my backpack on me, so I still have like my wallet, my passport, and all that like right there. So if I need to, I can go back to the airport. All my luggage is gone, but whatever. I still have the most important stuff to me. I step out of the van, and I still, honestly, like I've thought about this a ton of times, and I cannot figure out what made me decide to go with him anyways. I guess I didn't have any other better options except leaving Morocco or going back to the airport and figuring something else out. We're driving along and I kind of have cell service. I'm not really sure what it's looking like with cell service, so I send a text message to my friend that just says, hey, don't freak out. If I don't call you again in under 60 minutes, call the embassy. I don't know, I didn't have any better ideas. He then replies with, you have the phone number. Yeah, because me being scared of being kidnapped isn't enough for me to do. I texted back eventually that it was all good, because it was. And it was just me being paranoid, anticlimactic ending. But yeah, it all ended up being good. He took me basically to dinner where I was meeting up with the rest of the people I was going to be traveling with. That night we went to dinner, went to a big open square in Marrakech called the Medina. It's apparently one of the largest squares. It's got a whole bunch of just like people walking around, and, like vendors, food vendors, shops, that kind of stuff. So we went there for a little bit afterward. I'm still just like completely out of it. I barely remember anything from that night. Day two, we're basically on the road headed into the Atlas Mountains towards the Sahara Desert. So we did a lot of driving that day, a lot of stopping in mountains, seeing just a lot of the countryside, which was cool. Lunch. That day was my first experience with a big dish there called tagine, which is basically like kind of like a stew or like a meat and vegetables, and it's really good. It's hard to explain unless you've had it. They make it in a very specific dish though, but it's awesome and it's like a staple food. They have it there almost every day. So then the rest of the day we're just back on the road. Our hotel that night has a really gross swimming pool that for some reason we all decided to swim in. The next day though, we do a lot more driving, actually right up into the border of the Sahara Desert. The place, we actually don't stay there that night, but that's where we're going to store a bunch of our luggage and stuff, has a beautiful facility, beautiful pool. So we were able to hang out there for like 5 hours and just like enjoy a little bit of like shade and cool before we head out into the desert. Which we were going on camels. So we get on our camels. Climb up there, watch the sunset, and from a dune.
Is it high enough?
Just sprinted up from there. That's our camp. We're gonna go up there. A little harder than I thought it'd be. We go. Oh, fuck, I would just die. That'd be it. That night was really great too because they had the huts for us. They had huts for us to sleep in, but it was the weather was just great out, and so why wouldn't you sleep underneath the stars? You could just see like everything too. Like we saw tons of shooting stars, and you could hear drums off in the distance from a village that must have not been too far away, and it was just this like crazy surreal experience of being out in the middle of a desert, hearing these drums, having the taste of local food fresh just from dinner, having just this whole like holy crap, the world is big moment. And I think that's like a big part of what makes this kind of travel so important to me, and so something I want to keep doing more and more of is you just kind of put your head down when you're at home, or I do. I tend to just put my head down and just forget about everything else in the rest of the world and how real it is. And doing something like this just really kicks the door down and shows you how much you have, even when you think you don't have that much. There will be a part 2 of the back half of the trip. Thanks for watching. I'm back. Stay awkward.
Just call on me.